Okay, so apparently people really like listening to me talk, which is actually pretty cool because it's a lot easier to say this on a camera than to just type this all out. Yeah. Although I'm gonna be honest, I've recorded this thing twice now, and every time I rewatch it, I'm doing something weird. I have no video editing software whatsoever. Yeah. So I pretty much need to do this all in the first take. Anyways, so I wanted to do a video series because I wanted to knock down the argument about BOTDF being inspirational. And I was gonna start with, like, the most common answers that we get because, okay, I've had a lot of fights with BOTDF fans, and I've witnessed a lot of fights with BOTDF fans, where they say, Blood on the Dance Floor is inspirational and it saved my life. People on our side tend to just go to the automatic first answer that, like, is pretty much sounds scripted by now, which is, sure, because songs about cupcakes and lollipops and blowjobs totally saved your life. Some of you just throw that out there because that's the easiest comeback. I get that. Some of you actually don't know that they have songs that are supposed to be inspirational. If there's any BOTDF fans watching this, you obviously know that there are songs that are supposed to be inspirational. And my goal in this is to break apart those songs. Yeah, if you're a fan of them, it sucks to be you right now. To break apart those songs and break apart that argument and show that BOTDF really isn't inspirational. But I was going to start with the most common answer, but I decided that the easiest place to put this particular video into the series would be at the very beginning, before I really get on a roll. So instead I'm going to talk about a song that is mostly about sex, but it really bothered me because they stole lyrics from one of my favorite artists, that artist being Otep. I've been a fan of Otep since 2004. That was their very first Ozfest that they ever went on, so I might be wrong about the date, and I totally apologize if I got that wrong. It's a long time ago, and it's very late at night. But anyways, I've been a fan for a long time. My very first tattoo ever, when I was 19 years old, it says Sevastra. It's the name of their first album. Yes, I'm biased. Now, with that in mind, I used to listen to Blood on the Dance Floor, and I used to be a fan of Blood on the Dance Floor. I've said this before. I was a fan for, like, almost 2 years, and I just sort of tiptoed around that song. I became aware that it happened. When I became aware that it happened, I asked Otep about it. I messaged her I tagged her in a post on Facebook, and I asked her about it, and she said, yes, they stole it. It was done without permission. They never even asked. It was, she considered it plagiarism or something along those lines. I don't know the exact terminology. But she basically said that, yes, it was stolen. I know there's people out there who believe that it wasn't theft. And it would really be beating a dead horse to try to convince people who think that it's not theft that it is theft. And that would be a really long video, and it probably wouldn't sink in. So I'm not going to go there. But I want to talk about what bothers me about this. It's not that they stole it as much as what song they put into it, what song they put it into when they stole it. A lot of BOTDF fans don't know anything about Otep because it's a completely different genre of music that they maybe either haven't experienced or just it's not their type of thing. So, I'm going to try to tell you a little bit. Just like Cliff Notes version. Otep is a feminist. Otep is an activist. Otep speaks out against corrupt government, the media culture, just basically what's wrong in our world and how we're, growing up to be a nation that's focused on sex and glamour and having the perfect body and driving the perfect car and all of these ideas of what it means to be an American, or just what it means to have a good life in this first world country, or whatever first world countries we live in. She speaks about that, and she speaks about how kind of fucked up and blind we are to the injustices in the world, and how the things that we're buying into are really bad for us, and we're kind of just following trends and doing what the media and doing what the government wants us to, and we're not being our own people because we're so engrossed in what Cosmo tells us to do, or People magazine, or whatever. That's Otep. That's the Cliff Notes version. There's a lot more. She's really complex. Her art is really complex. But, that's kind of it in a nutshell. The song that they put it into, they took her lyrics of a person like that and put it into a song with lyrics such as, "Hey little Kim, get on my nuts. Suck me till I bust. Triple X like Vendy, rockin' in my Fendi. Money, bitches, sex, and fame. I'll tell you how to run this game. Party on dudes, girls send nudes. I just sucked your girlfriend's boobs. Katy Perry's on my pole. That bitch gets hot, then she gets cold. Let's see. I'm getting rich, I'm getting fit. You can suck my lollipop stick. I'll throw a dildo in your grave. Party up and start a rave. Grab your drinks and score your drugs. Pimp your mama at the club." Yeah. The song is called Lookin Hot Dangerous, and it's all about being a hot celebrity and living this rich lifestyle and getting all these girls and sex and drugs and all this stuff. And then he's got this one little part where he steals lyrics from Otep. And he steals it from an album and from a song that speaks out against everything that he's just finished singing about, rapping about, whatever you want to call it. He goes through all this stuff, and then he puts Otep lyrics into that. That is the exact opposite of what she stands for. That is a disgrace. If that is not blatant plagiarism, that is blatant fucking disrespect to a strong, feminist, activist woman who is empowering us to speak out against pricks like that. There's no other way to put it, That's a dick move. If Davi knows anything about Otep, then that's even worse. Because that takes the disrespect even further. Because that means that he's basically sticking a middle finger up and saying fuck you and everything that you stand for. He's taking her art, something beautiful and pure, and putting it into that. And the worst thing is that then I hear people come back who've never heard of Otep, who are fans of Blood on the Dance Floor, who are like, "Oh no, in this one song, he has this inspirational part," and they bring that part up. The only thing that's inspirational in that fucked up song is stolen from an artist who's 10 times more inspirational than Blood on the Dance Floor ever will be. I have mad fucking respect for Otep. And I'm not gonna lie. I feel like utter shit. And I extend my sincerest apologies for the fact that I knew that that happened, and I was so fucking brainwashed and so fucking starstruck and so fucking obsessed with Davi Vanity that I overlooked it, and I just thought that if I just didn't listen to the song, that it would go away. I fucked up. I did. But I came to my senses, and I realized that what he's doing is wrong, and what he did is wrong, and, you know, people want to sit there and tell me that Davi Vanity is so inspirational and saves so many lives. Well, guess what? When I was growing up, I had Otep to look up to. A strong woman who offers, you know, understanding in her art and says, I felt fucked up, I felt broken, I've felt ugly. And she says all that stuff. But then she offers a solution and she says, rise up and fight and take back the power. Stand up against those who put you down. She offers a solid solution. She offers strength. Growing up, I looked up to her, and I still do. You know, I always wanted to be somebody like her. I always wanted to make a difference in the world. She's the reason that I've participated in protests and, you know, participated in helping with elections and causes and stuff like that, you know, going to lobby days in my state capital. She's who inspired me to do that stuff. I'd like to see Davi fucking Vanity inspire somebody to do anything except cry in a corner and listen to his inspirational songs for comfort. I listen to Otep and then I go out the door and I do something, you know? Even her websites, even the band website, she, like, promotes causes that she stands up for and stuff. That is super fucking cool. So, you know, I really hope that I never ever hear the argument about Blood on the Dance Floor being inspirational about this song from anybody who ever watches this video. I really hope that you never have the nerve to say that to me, because he pretty much shit on her work. And he should be ashamed. And if you're out there buying into it and thinking this is a good song and thinking that what he did is okay, I think you need to do some research and rethink your opinion of things. You know, maybe get to know who the woman he stole from really is. I'm pretty sure that if you know enough, you'll change your mind.